Nicky and Nick from HR. Let me get the name right. HRJ Foreman Laws. What brings you to Harlow?
Well, and Nick can talk about this in greater detail than me, but HRJ have got a really strong presence over in Hertfordshire, but I've lived in Essex for some years now, and I previously was a partner at a law firm down in Chigwell, so we felt that there was a demand in the local area for commercial property, and we're a full service firm, so all departments of our firm to provide legal advice in the local area. And because I'm local, I live in a village just east of Harlow. We thought that it would be a good idea to open an office out here.
So the company does its homework, Nick, and it thinks this is an area. What made Harlow viable?
Harlow viable, well, really that's all down to Nicky. She's got a lot of contacts, a lot of clients, and she's always been based in this area, and she was very keen to sort of market our services to the people of West Essex. We were only too happy to support her in doing that.
So, Nicky, do you have a typical client?
No, I think being a commercial property lawyer, I've got two different types of clients. I've got those whose business is property, and then I've got those whose business is always something completely different, but they need to occupy property in order able to run their businesses. So we act for landowners, developers who are dealing with their own properties or buying property in order to develop or sell or whatever. And then we also do a lot of commercial landlord and tenant work where the property is incidental to the running of the business. An example of this is, obviously Harlow's got various industrial estates spotted around, and perhaps if somebody needs new premises for expansion, a lease renewal, maybe they've got an issue over dilapidations, rent reviews, something like that, they'll need the help of a commercial property lawyer to be able to help them with their leases, and we do a considerable amount of that work.
And are you here, because Harlow now is a time of change, you know, in the 10 years I've been running my digital newspaper, population's gone from 84,000 to 93,000. So do you see that as also, either one of you can answer this question, there is an opportunity for businesses in this town and you can help?
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely, yes.
Yeah, we really like to get in on the growth in Harlow and become a fixture in the business community in Harlow. We think it's an opportunity, it's the right time for a new business to come in and really become part of the scene.
And your company, what has been your company's success that you can transfer here to Harlow? What is it clients say that you do for them that ends up as testimonials or just a soft feedback?
Personal service, I would say. We've been around for a very long time. We've been very successful in Hertfordshire, and our success there has been based on providing a personal service to our clients, led by our experienced lawyers, and we want to sort of bring that into West Essex.
So what's the nuts and bolts of your day-to-day operation? I mean, when you got in this morning, are people ringing you, or are you ringing out? Have you got appointments? How does that work?
We do a mix. I mean, property is obviously real, and it helps sometimes to go and look at it and get an eye for it. So we do site visits when the need arises, or clients pop in and come and meet with us here, or over the telephone. I mean, that was the difficulty actually during lockdown, is not being able to meet face to face, and I'm a big believer in the white of the eyes and speaking to somebody one-on-one. So it is a mixture really. Sometimes we get a client, sometimes they come to us. It's whatever works and whatever the situation calls for. Likewise, the firm, we are very modern in our technology, so since in the last 3 years, Zoom calls or Teams calls, video conferencing has become more popular. So, I mean, I much prefer meeting people in person, but we are flexible in the way that we deal with things.
What are the challenges about what you do?
Challenges are always understanding what the client really needs and find the right way to deliver it for them, because most clients are different from each other. They all have their own unique requirements, their own particular concerns, and communicating with them effectively so that you understand what they need, and you can do your best to deliver it in the way that they need it and when they need it.
you're here? Are you giving it a certain amount of time to succeed, so to speak, or you're here?
We're here. I'm not worried about this. Yeah, I mean, there's no question of it. I mean, I think the firm is new in Harlow, but I personally know a lot of people here, and I've been part of this community for some time now, and in wider West Essex for even longer. So, and people need legal advice. And I think that perhaps there isn't enough lawyers in the local area that do this sort of work. So we're certainly not in competition with other firms, because it doesn't need to be like that. There are many good firms nearby, but there's enough.
And when you say people need legal advice, is it important that whatever aspect you go in and get legal advice, you could be worried about libel and defamation, you go and see a lawyer, and it's important people come to you saying, I hope this isn't a stupid question, but you say, please give me your stupid questions when you come in and see us at the first point.
Yes, absolutely. And I think there's never a stupid question, you know. If somebody's asking, they don't know the answer, and if we can help them with that answer, then that's obviously helping them, and that's what we're here to do. I think also that we are general advisors, so of course we know the law, but sometimes the solution or the answer isn't necessarily in the law, it's a practical or a common sense solution, and that comes of being a general advisor as well as a legal professional.
But also people talk about legal minefields, about laws, about labyrinthine, like going through a maze. Are you the ones really with the torch taking them through the legal maze?
I think...
And bureaucratic maze as well.
I'm not a big believer in that, actually. I think somebody sensible once told me, that if you're trying to explain something that's complicated, use it in very plain language so everybody that can understand. I mean, lawyers previously, in years gone by, have been accused of legalese, you know, overcomplicating things, using terminology that people can't understand, whereas we're not really into that, you know. Property is property, as I said before, it's described as real property, and the reason for that is it actually exists, so you can point to very, what am I trying to say, actual circumstances of what things mean based on what you can see on the ground, you know. And when I explain it to the juniors at the firm about how leasehold works, you know, I can use the office we're in at the moment as an example. You know, you see the walls, you see the roof, you see the structure, and we can explain it based on practical and examples.
I should have asked this question right at the beginning, but how did both of you come to be into law? Because I'm not trying to give a personal show. How did you get where you are today?
Well, Nicholas and I started off at a firm together when we were very young, in Lincoln's Inn.
Even younger, yes.
Yes, and then we both went our separate ways. Nick went and joined HRJ, and I joined a firm in West Essex. And then many years later we came together, and then we set up this office together.
But you're here, as you said, you're here for the long haul. It's a great. We started our website and we call it 1847, 1947, 2047. The Fields, the New Towns Act, the London Stansted Cambridge Corridor, and all that involves. And you see this as part of a new chapter and a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time.